A very wise woman told me, don't let anyone live in your head that doesn't pay rent. This episode's for her. My senior year in high school, sixth period, Miss Star Joyle. That woman was amazing. And I don't know if she's still alive or not. I should look her up to make sure. But Miss Star Joyle, she was wheelchair bound, had the van that was fixed up for her with the handicap access, the ramp and everything. She drove to work every day. No excuses. We rarely had substitutes with her. Make her way. Her class was on the upper floor too. Elevator, right? Made her way, made no excuses. Was one of the most positive people that I've ever met. Little did I know what she told me that day would change the way I think about certain things. So I was going through something in my senior year in high school that I didn't really tell people about. And I wear my emotions on my face. I'm a Leo. It's probably what we do. And I remember sitting in class, my head's down. I'm not a crier. I'm more of a introvert when it comes to those kind of things because I sort them out internally and then I'm able to express. So Miss Star Joyle, I used to sit right by the door, the last chair in the class so I could just exit out of class and go home. I didn't want to be bothered by anybody. So as I'm sitting there, I remember what I was feeling. Just sad, borderline depressed. And this is not to be taken as, oh, Andre wants sympathy. No. Story. This was many moons ago. So I'm sitting there. She comes over to me and she looks at me. She says, Andre, don't let anyone live in your head that doesn't pay rent there. And then she went away. I don't know how she knew that I needed that message in that moment, but she knew. She could read me like a book, always could. And in that moment, I got over it, right? And it set me on this inward path to thinking about how many times I let situations live in my head that didn't have the right to be there. How does this connect to this channel? This channel is not about me, the trader. And I will do some videos on trading and all that other good stuff down the road. But this platform is more about me speaking, helping, giving back. Now, I took that a little further. I no longer let people or situations live in my head that don't pay rent. A lot of times it's just a single moment, but we hold on to it, we carry it when we don't need to. I'll give you a real world example. Before I made it as a trader, I was negative 697 bucks in my bank account. And it's not that bad. But when you have two kids at the time, it's bad. It's like, I don't know if the lights are going to stay on. I don't know if we're going to have food. I was losing my house. I'd already lost my car. Was losing another car. It was a time that defined me. And in that moment, my son was maybe 1, 2 at the time. I think he was 2. My daughter, 4. And they just came up and sat next to me. And then the same lesson from Miss Star Joyle came back. I let this situation live in my head when I should have been in the moment. And in that moment, I realized, okay, I'm happy. Yeah, sure, I had a bad financial life. Yeah, sure, the stuff around me was falling apart. It needed to fall apart for me to build better. I might have still been in that comfort zone if none of that happened. And so at that point, I didn't let the situation that we were in that moment determine where I was at. Yeah, we lost the house, but we ended up getting another one. We needed to downsize, and we're still here today. Thank God, right? And that gave me the opportunity to build and build back better, to be better financially, to be smarter. But if I kept dwelling on that one situation, I don't know where we would be. I don't know who I would be. But if I let that situation sit in my head, I wouldn't have seen the solution, which is simply to just go forward. Now, let's connect this to trading really quickly. Most of you follow me for trading, and you let losses live in your head like they pay rent. Learn the lesson from the loss, then move the fuck on. Personal life, someone calls you a name. You curse somebody out. Move on from it. Drop it in that moment. Maybe it's justified, because some people do need to be cursed out now. Maybe it's not justified. And if it's not, apologize, move on, right? But do not let the situation stay inside of you, inside of your whole energy field. Not a good thing. How do you move on? Realize it's just a moment. Someone did you wrong. Okay, cool. That's their choice. And while it can affect you, don't dwell on it. Learn the lesson. I will never deal with that person again. It helps you heal, right? And to be better, to recognize that if there is a situation similar to this, the next time I can navigate it like a gangster. That's what it's about. Fun fact, I am handicapped. It's not that bad, but I'm blind in one eye. I used to think I'll never be able to drive a car. I'll never be able to do just normal things. I wonder what it's like to have two eyes. I stopped dwelling on it. I've had two eye surgeries. And I used to go down the whole woe is me path, and this is that life is horrible. Why would this happen to me? I'm a decent person. I don't deserve this. Who cares? I don't care. The question is, how do you get your driver's license? I figured out how to get it. The solution was simple. So don't let people or situations live in your head that don't pay rent. And Miss Starjoil, if you're still alive, I hope this video finds you. And if you're somewhere watching all the people you've impacted because you've transitioned out of this life, I hope you see this and I hope you hear this. You've made a grand effect on me. Okay. And on that note, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Happy holidays. I like to say Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.